How does Konami make an Exodia deck? How do they make more Exodia support? They don't make Pot of I mean, they have Pot of the Forbidden, I guess. But they don't have Pot of Exodia. Draw till you draw. Like, they don't just, like, brain dead draw, right? There's dynamics and strategies. And there's unique monsters that you play and stuff like that.
Exodia wasn't meant to be played to just draw your entire deck until you win.
Right.
It has that red button at the bottom. So it has like play, replay, save, replay. It has the red bottom. It's a report button. And you get 3 a day.
Fair enough.
I also was like surprised I've never reported anyone before. I didn't know how to do it.
We've given Dark Blue another weapon. He can report
I'm reporting left and right. I'm reporting everybody.
You fucking Exodia players!
Yeah, dude, Exodia is going down.
Fuck your real magical library.
You play Exodia? Dude, I'm getting you banned, dude. I'm getting your account banned.
That is not a deck.
It's not a real deck, dude.
What if? Well, maybe at some point I'll build an Exodia deck that uses like the objective Exodia cards that like Konami made, like Obliterate.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. It's the idea of let me win by you just not playing.
Right.
It's worse than like Rongo. It's worse than, because literally the only interaction you can have with that deck is like ashing the perfect card or imperming or effect veiling the library.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
If they happen to have the out for that, it's just over. John, dude, don't be that fucking guy. Don't be that guy. Deck. Dude, you built, listen, bro, you build Exodia. All right, you build Exodia.
Fuck another one.
You better just let me. You better just let me know, and I won't play. It's so toxic. It's so toxic, and the fact that you're gonna dump that many resources into that deck. Oh my god.
So Blue gave me his full perspective on the Exodia one, and
yeah, you explain it.
He won me over. So here's their perspective, right? It isn't Exodia decks. Wait, and if I can get all the pieces first turn, I'll first turn summon Rongo Bongo till I get it. LOL.
Dude, you're so toxic, John.
So here's another way I can put it. I can right now, if I have an Exodia deck in real life, right, that has the Upstart Goblins, that has the Royal Magical Libraries, that has the Extravagance, that has the Desires, right, has all the shit that we know, right, just to like brain dead draw to death, right, I can literally grab that deck right now from my closet, put it down in front of me, and play by myself, and win, right? So, from Dark Blue's perspective, this is how I kind of internalized it. You're not dueling another person. You're just performing your Exodia draws. That's it. Whereas other win condition type things like Destiny Board requires alternating of turns, so it adds variability per game, right? You'll never have the same game twice.
It's important to add interaction. Right?
Yes.
So interaction has changed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Interaction is no longer monsters battling. Interaction is no longer attacking a defense position monster. Correct. Interaction is now, what can I do to stop you from playing on turn 1 that's in my hand, right? So a good duel, right, with a lot of interaction that exists today is I Ash Blossom the perfect card, I impermed the perfect card, I max seed at the right time. That's interaction. Even if I lose, that is interaction in the game. Even if I lose turn 2. Interaction.
Right.
Exodia requires 0 interaction. 0. Even if you Ash, even if you imperm, there's still a chance that Exodia can still perform. And it doesn't require the opponent at all. At all.
Right.
So that's why I just like I just hate that deck, dude. It's one thing to build a quote-unquote Exodia deck with like Exodia Necros, right? And like you were talking about Obliterate, you know what I mean? That is an actual deck, right? I just don't understand the Exodia deck. It's just toxic to me.
And another thing we talked about earlier was that Konami builds decks for people now at this point, right? So they make the archetypes for people. Like a whole pack will come out, and they'll build the deck for you, right? And so how does Konami make an Exodia deck? How do they make more Exodia support? They don't make Pot of they have Pot of the Forbidden, I guess. But they don't have Pot of Exodia. Draw till you draw. Like, they don't just, like, brain dead draw, right? There's dynamics and strategies. And there's unique monsters that you play and stuff like that.
Exodia wasn't meant to be played to just draw your entire deck until you win.
Right.
Exodia is meant to be played like, oh crap, I got the pieces, I win.
And actually, I'm just now thinking about this. The one time, which I did like this in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, where you had the Seeker or the Rare Hunter who had the Exodia deck. He ran that kind of deck where he was just brain dead draw. But right, look at the archetype kind of character he is. He's a sleazeball, right? He's like representative of like.
Well, there was multiple copies.
Multiple copies of Exodia and like multiple Graceful Charities.
That's why Exodia.
Aztec of the whatever. Right?
Exodia wasn't meant to be drawn turn 1.
Right.
And Konami made that pretty apparent when they limited each piece to 1.
Right.
Right? If the ability to just win turn 1 was an option that Konami wanted, they wouldn't have limited Exodia at all.
Right.
They would have just kept it at 3.
Yep.
In fact, I think it would be harder to win with all 3.
Hey, don't talk about Grandpa like that. I wasn't talking about Grandpa.